Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Gwenny and today I'm going to chat about, well actually I'm going to show you how I create my eye makeup to cover up the bald patches in my eyelashes. So if you've ever been on my channel, ever been on my blog, if you know anything about me, you'll probably know that I have a hair pulling disorder called trichotillomania. And at the moment I pull out my eyelashes. I have pulled out my eyebrows in the past and I have done videos in the past on how to create eyebrows out of nothing, so I'll link that below if that's the kind of trick you have, and I hope that this video will help you. I go through some of the different kinds of things you can use, some of the different things that I use, and basically just how I created this. So I'll show you how I go from, ooh, look at them bold eyelids. I really hope that worked because obviously I've just done this right at the end and I'll be editing it tomorrow, but let's get on with it because I need to go to work. So once I've got my little headband in, I start off with putting on some eye primer on my eyes. I mean, you don't have to do this step, but I do think it is better because obviously we're going to be hiding our lash line with a lot of eyeliner, and I do find that eyeliner actually sticks much better if you've got some kind of primer or something like that on beforehand. It's also much nicer for eyeshadow, and again, eyeshadow is quite optional, but I quite like using it, to be honest. Obviously I'm a beauty blogger, I really enjoy makeup and eyeshadow in particular, so this is like a fun part for me. So once your eye primer's on, I use the Stay Don't Stray by Benefit. It's my favourite one because it's really liquidy. A lot of other primers can be quite dry, and if your eyelids are really sore, it can be really horrible to put on after, you know, like I know I pull a lot when I sleep or when I'm going to sleep, so when I wake up I can have very sore eyelids, and so I find something like Stay Don't Stray is much better for my eyelids than something like the MAC Paint Pots, which is like a sort of more of a paste. So it's like a cream shadow base, so I would advise using a liquid one, and I like ones that are like a neutral colour. Obviously if you've got darker skin this isn't going to work for you, but for me, like, I am Caucasian and it is fine for me. You can use whatever eyeshadow you want. The whole art of makeup is that you can use whatever you want on your face, but today I'm going to use my Naked 2 palette. You can use whatever eyeshadow you want, it really doesn't matter. It is just one of those things that I like doing for me and it's fun. It's not really part of the hiding the bald eyelids, but I do think that having eyeshadow kind of masks the hair loss problem as well. So I'm going to use Suspect on my eyelid, which is that colour there. Just going to use a sort of base eyeshadow brush, which is my 234 Luxe Smoky Shader by Zoeva. Popping that all over the lid. After that I'm going to put something in my crease because that kind of defines the eye a bit better. So with my winged liner I do think that it just makes the look, to be honest. And I put my eyeshadow on first because I know that I'll probably make a mistake with my winged liner. I personally think it's much easier to clean up a messy winged eye or eyeliner without skin makeup on. Obviously if I've got foundation and concealer and God knows what other powders I'm going to use, it's much harder to clean up the mess that I'll probably make on the wing. So that's why I do it. Do what you want. This is just how I do it. I'm going to use Tease and Snakebite in my crease. I'll probably put that one on first and then that one on in like the sort of inner crease then. And I'm doing that with my 231 Luxe Petite Crease Zoeva brush then. I'm so sorry if you can hear my camera lens making noises. I don't know how to stop it, and my other lens is like far too far away. It's like the 50mm one, so I have a bit of problem when it comes to camera lenses on these videos. So just popping that on my crease bone. Crease bone? I don't really know what that bit's called, to be honest, because I am not a makeup artist. So once that's done, I blend it out. And popping Snakebite just in the outer corner then. And then using the blending brush that I was using before, which is the MAC 217, just to blend all of that shadow out. So I just touched it up a little bit, did a little bit more blending and whatever, but honestly it's really easy to do the kind of crease. Just put a darker colour on your kind of brow bone and blend it out. Very simple. And then I'm going to pop using my 322 brown line, I'm just going to use one of the lighter shades, and I'm just using Booty Call. Just stick it under my, I've just popped a little bit of that lighter shadow in my inner crease. But obviously if you're not into eyeshadow and all you're looking for is to just cover up your bald eyelids, just completely forget this bit. Just ignore it, just move on to the next bit, which is now. So I'm just going to use my Rimmel Soft Kohl eyeliner. It's just a standard eyeliner, nothing exciting, and I'm just going to line my waterline. So I literally just go like that. So this is definitely the best thing to do if you're just hiding your lash line. When I go to the gym and stuff, I literally just wear this on my eyeline, on my waterline. I'm obviously not going to wear a whole face full of slaps, so I do just tend to just put the eyeliner in my waterline, and I feel like that's more than enough. That is basically definitely all you need to do if you're going out quickly and don't want to wear a full face of makeup but want to cover up your bald eyelids or whatever. Just pop a little bit of eyeliner, which is just a standard Kohl eyeliner, you know, the ones that this was probably like $3.99 or something, anything like that, and just pop it in. I really like the Rimmel one, I've always got on with it. I've tried quite a few different ones. I've always gone back to Rimmel for eyeliners, so that's my recommendation. This one's just called the Soft Kohl Kajal Eyeliner Pencil in black, probably. Oh, 61 jet black. 61, there's definitely not 61 different colours of this eyeliner. But it's a little bit worn, but if you're really desperate, well, not really desperate, but if you're interested, that's kind of what it looks like. So here comes the really hard part, which is the winged liner, and I've had bald eyelids for almost a year now, or I've had like sparse eyebrow eyelashes or whatever. I've been wearing false lashes, I've been covering up my Trichotillomania anyway, and I've used a lot of different kind of eyeliners to do my cat eye, and I do think that the kind of felt tip ones like this are the easiest to use. Hold on, there we go, hi, focus. Yeah, they're definitely my favourite for making them, as obviously, like I said before, my eyelids can be very, very sensitive and very fragile, and they hurt and they're very sore, so you know, getting an eyeliner that doesn't hurt your eyelids is very important. This one, it can, like, I'm not gonna lie, it can be a little bit rough on the skin, because obviously there is a point to it, so I would, you know, I'm warning you, it can hurt sometimes. So there are a lot of different kinds of eyeliners you can use. I've already gone through the first one, which is the sort of Kohl eyeliner pencil. You've got liquid, which come in two forms, which one is like this, which I'm sure you've all seen before, and it comes in a sort of little thing like that. If you want to focus. And it also comes in a felt tip kind of form, which is the way that I'm going to use it today, and it has a little nib like that. And then there's gel eyeliners, which also come in 2 different forms, or well, there's probably more than that, but the 2 forms I've got are like the little pots, which look like that, and they're real by Benefit. This is a gel liner, which has like, I think it's called an AccuFlex or something. And you just twist it and the gel comes to the top. So there's pros and cons to all of these different ones. I find the liquid ones sort of transfer quickly. If you're not careful, it can sort of go onto the top of your eyelid and then it's quite annoying to try and get off. But they last quite long and they're a little bit, the consistency is a bit thinner, so it's a little bit less irritating on the skin. I find that with They're Real and the gel liners, I always want to just like cram it all off because it can go a little bit crumbly at the end of the day. I do find They're Real Benefit, this will not budge. It doesn't budge. You need like a proper eye makeup remover as well to actually take it off, not just like a makeup wipe. So if you're looking for something really long lasting, I would 100% recommend the They're Real, but it can be a little bit rough on the skin, especially if you haven't got enough product to the top of the nib there. So at the moment I'm using a lot of these kind of felt tip ones. My camera's running out, yay! Thanks battery, you said it was full. Right, I'm going to do something that I don't usually do, but because my battery's dying and I really want to carry on this video today, I'm going to do the rest of my makeup. I will be back in probably half an hour, but for you it'll be a second's time. So as you can see, I've put the rest of my makeup on now. I feel like it looks a bit much, but with the wing liner hopefully it'll calm down a little bit then. So like I said, I'm going to use a felt tip kind of liner, and this one's again Rimmel. I think I prefer the Zoeva one to this one as I find it's a little bit more black, but this is still good and it's got a nice handy, like the point is handy to use, so that's why I like it. So my camera actually ran out of battery or something or other the other day and it didn't actually film this bit, so this is me doing the winged liner on a different day, but it's obviously exactly the same as I usually do, so I'll just go through that with you now. I'm going to draw a line on the top of my lid, so just on the lash line. At this point it doesn't really matter if it's messy or not because we're going to connect it all up anyway. Oh, it's bright. So from there I'm going to create a line from kind of following the bottom of my bottom lash line all the way up to my brow bone. I'm just going to create a line and then I'm going to link the two up. So I'm not 100% sure if that's like exactly the same as before, and the sun is just like completely in my eyes now, but it's the general kind of gist of it. And then from there I'm just going to connect the two. And it is as simple as that. Well, I say simple, it's actually really quite hard, but you can kind of take it up as much as you want or and make it as thick as you want, but that's what I've gone for today, and I'm desperately hoping that that is the same as the rest of my video. And I'll see you on the other side. That's both of my eyeliners done. I'm really hoping that they look the same on camera. Chances are they're probably not, but I mean, once your lash is on you can't really tell, or I mean like it's not as obvious, so let's just go with it. So now I'm going to put on some mascara. I've actually got bottom eyelashes at the moment, so it's quite easy for me to cover up my bald eyelids. But obviously eyeshadow, eyeliner, use the same kind of techniques as I've already used on the top, on the bottom as well. And I'm going to use the Benefit Roller Lash. I do find that even if you do have like the littlest amount of eyelashes, like a bit of mascara does help, so that's why I put it on. So then the final step is false lashes. So today I'm wearing my Ardell Demi Wispies. I've just been really enjoying these recently, and I'm just going to... So using my Revlon glue, I'm just going to line the lash line on them with the glue, obviously using the little one. These lashes are getting a bit grim actually. I might need to get some new ones soon, or use my new up here. They've got a little bit of mascara on them as well from my graduation, so yeah, pretty. So I'm using the Revlon Precision Dark Lash Adhesive. Yeah, which looks like that. You can get it off Amazon. I think it's like $5, really not very expensive at all, and it's really good. I prefer it over the Duo and the Eyelure glue, so I think it lasts longer. It is just a little bit more tacky and doesn't really dry, it just remains tacky, which is a bit annoying, but like, it's fine. It's fine. And then using my Nuvo Lashes lash applicator, I'll just be applying them. And that's what the lashes look like on. I probably should have used a little bit less dramatic eyelashes for this look, for this video, but hey, I really like them. I like the look that it's given me. I'm just going to be putting a little bit of eyeshadow just at the bottom of there, and just to take it up so that it's a little bit less top heavy. After that's done, I put a little bit more mascara on the bottom just so that they match up to the top eyelashes. And that's pretty much the finished look. So I've gone from bald eyelids to flippin' fabulous in about an hour, but this will hopefully be cut down a little bit more. So pretty! So I literally have to run now because my shift is about to start, but this is the finished look. I'll pop all the details for all the other makeup that I've used below, and as per usual, please subscribe and leave me a comment if you'd like this video, if you want me to do more of this kind of video. Obviously, trichotillomania is something very important to me, and I would love it to get some kind of feedback on it, or if this has helped you. Anything like that is very much appreciated. Like I said, it's a very important issue, it's a very important topic for me, and I really hope that I'm able to help someone out there in the world of the internet. So thank you for watching, and goodbye!